Hello friends, welcome back to your HTML tutorial. In previous tutorial we have seen how we can add different types of list in HTML page. Now in this tutorial we will see how to add a text box in your web page. For adding text box we use input element. Along with input element we will see different types of attributes supported in input element, and one of the most important attribute is type attribute. We will see that attribute in detail. So friends, don't forget to subscribe. Let's start. So friends, whenever you want to gather some information from user, we use forms in HTML. You may have seen different types of forms in different websites. But before going to learn form, we will see the basic elements needed to add form. So we will start with the input element, that is text box. So let's see how we can add text box in our HTML. So I will add an input element. I will use auto completion. I will press tab and look, the input element is inserted into my web page. And as like image tag or break tag, it is also not having the closing tag with it. So let me save the changes, and look, we are having a nice text box inserted in our web page. So whenever user will try to enter some information, we can read that information and send to the server if you want to save it. Okay, now we will see different types of attributes supported in input element. Now look, your text box is looking quite smaller, and suppose in your requirement you want some big text box, then you will specify the size of that text box, and that the size is always specified in character. So I will add size is equal to 100. Let me save the changes, and look, we are having a really good text box. It is really bigger, so I will specify it to 50. Look, we are having a bigger text box now. And what if you want to specify the label to the text box? To add label, I will go simply here and use one more tag that is called as label, and there is one more attribute for in that. We will skip it that for now, and I will specify the name of our text box for now, that is first name. So I am trying to use that text box to enter the first name from user. So look, we are having a nice label in front of text box, so user is getting notified this text box can be used to enter the first name. Now I will add some more text boxes over here. Okay, let me save the changes, and look, we are having three nice text boxes with these labels. So now I will try to add some input from user. Okay, and user comes in here and by mistakenly types some text into our text box, but we do not want user to type a text in mobile number field. That must be digits. So how we can restrict user to type numbers only? We can simply come here and change the type attribute of our input element to number. Let me save the changes again, and if I go here and tries to type text, then I am not able to type the text, but I can insert the number here. Okay, I can insert any number. So in this way you can restrict your user to type the numbers only if you want a mobile number or telephone number of that particular user. Suppose you want to give some extra information to your user about the input fields. That is always a good practice. Then you can simply come here in your input field and you can add one more attribute, that is placeholder, and inside placeholder you can specify whatever the information you want to tell the user. So I will specify please enter first name here. So look, I am having a nice text here, please enter first name here, and when user tries to enter the text, that will disappear automatically. So that is another use case of placeholder. Now I will add placeholder for each element. Okay, so we have added placeholder for each element, and look at the way I have formatted my code, so you can easily read that code. For each nested attribute I have added one more line break, so someone can read my code easily. So this increases the readability of your code. Let me save the changes now, and look, we are having nice placeholder for every element again, and here for mobile number we are having please enter mobile number. So in this way you can add more descriptive information for the user. Suppose there is another use case that you want to restrict the user to enter the certain number of characters for first name and last name. So how you can do that? There is one more attribute to help you in that case, that is called as max length. In max length you can specify the number of characters you want to restrict the user. So I will add 5 here. So user will be able to add the 5 characters only in the first name. So I will try to enter a name Simran, but look, I am not able to enter the n here because we have specified the max length is equal to 5. So let me specify 10 here. Now I will try to enter the Simran name again, and look, if I try to enter more character, if the limit exceeds before 10, and then I am not able to enter the more character into my first name. So this can be really useful for in terms of validation. I will add that max length property to my last name also. Okay, so there are many more attributes in the HTML element that can be used to perform the validation on the user input. But as you can notice here, there is one thing missing here. When user will input his data, he will not be able to submit that data. So what I will do, I will add two more break tags here. I will format them little bit. Then I will add one more input element in our HTML form. But instead of type text, I will keep the type as submit now. Okay, and what this will do, and I will keep the name as submit, and what this will do, this will convert my input element to a button, and that type of that button will be submit. So whenever user inputs all the information and click on the submit button, that info will be sent to the server. So let me save the changes, and look, we are having a nice button called as submit here. So after entering all the information, user can simply press this submit button to save the information. So friends, that's it for this tutorial. In upcoming tutorial, we are going to see how to add multi-line text boxes, check boxes and radio buttons. So don't forget to subscribe. See you in the upcoming tutorial.